For those of you that are planning a 4th of July picnic or barbecue, family get-together, whatever it may be, or actually it could work for Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, any sort of patriotic gathering, this would work great for. We've got a Stars and Stripes bowl, and I'm planning on probably making a couple of these because they're really quick and easy, and filling them with probably popcorn. You can also add some candies or any other treats that maybe aren't messy, so that the things don't absorb into the paper. But anyway, it's pretty straightforward. So before I started the video here, I did a little pre-prep, and you can see I've got these pieces here, and we're gonna have 5 pieces that look like this, okay? And I'm gonna flip these over so you can see what I've already pre-prepped here. I've assembled 3 of them. So I'm going to show you how to do the other 2. You're obviously going to do this for all 5 sides, okay? So you simply just want to lay these out flat. This is my texture side, okay? And the left side, you're going to put the little star there, and on the right side, you're going to put the stripes. The left side with the star, that is going to, well, you're going to put that down with a little border around it. So you can see here the area that we're gluing it to, and just watch where I place it. Again, you want to make sure you have a nice even border going all the way around this element here, this overlay. Okay, and then on the right side, we're going to do the stripes. Now the stripes are going to go on nice and flush. And it's going to be flush up to the fold here, as well as the top. And you're going to notice that it looks like it's slightly overlapping. And that's actually by design, because when we put this layer on here, it'll be nice and flush. This is one thickness of paper longer than it needs to be. That's how precise our engineering here is at Dreaming Tree. So that is actually by design. So we're going to put some glue on the stripes, and this is glitter, so it's nice and thick. And don't forget to put a little line right up and down that very edge that's kind of keeping all this together. And again, we're going to place this so that it is flush with the top and also butting up against the little score marks, that little centerpiece there. And as I mentioned, it will sort of overlap, go beyond the border here, the edge, okay? And that's, again, by design, so that's totally normal. Nothing to worry about there, okay? So I've got 4 of them done. You're gonna do 5 total. I'm just gonna show you how to do 2 of them. Okay, so let's do the same thing here on this piece. Again, this is gonna go together pretty quick. Not a tough project at all. This one, again, nice even border all the way around. Just get it as close as you can. You can pretty much tell visually that you've got it pretty spot on. And then we'll do the stripes. Now the inside, once we actually assemble this whole little bowl, we're going to add some gold foil on the inside so that it's not just white. It'll give it a nice majestic feel, okay? And again, taking that edge, that straight edge, and lining it up right against the, well, right where the fold is, right where the score lines are. And then the top stripe here, you want to make sure that that is nice and level with the top of this piece here. And again, don't worry about the fact that it is overlapping a little bit beyond that point. That is by design. Okay, so now that we have all 5 of these assembled, we're going to take and join them together using the tabs here. Okay, so let's grab our first tab, throw some glue on there. I'm going to spread that out to the very edge, and you can actually just line that up as accurately as you can. And just make sure it's nice and aligned up at the top. And you should be able to press that down flat, just like that. Okay, and it's actually going to be like this. Okay, all right, so grab another one, and moving right along, next tab, get your glue on that tab. It was funny, as I was trying to begin filming this, I got a case of the hiccups, and literally for 10 minutes I tried to do the little intro, and I just couldn't stop the hiccups. Went inside, drank something, ate a banana, and it seemed to have fixed it, so thank goodness. Okay, so there's the next one. And before we actually make this all dimensional, we're gonna connect all this together, make it all one solid piece. Okay, so just moving on to the next tab, kind of paint that glue out to the very edge so that it sits, so that when we put this in place, it's making perfect contact throughout. There we go. And one more. Let's grab that and add our glue and just thin it out, spread it out. There we go. And get that connected. Again, I think this will probably go faster than the pie, I'm hoping, because you definitely want to, you want to make some beautiful stuff for your celebration, but you don't want to spend a year and a day doing it. Okay, so now we're going to take these two ends and we're just going to join them together. So nothing really different here, just adding glue to our tab and spreading that out nice and thin, just like that. Let me get that glue off my finger. And nice connection there. And voila. Got a little bit of glue on there, but that's okay. And there we go. Okay. So I've got that in place. And I'm going to tuck these tabs under. So that's about the size of our bowl. And what we're going to do is, well, we have this piece here with a little L in it, and then there's a series of markers to help you center this little gold star. So we're going to do that real quick. And it's just a little detail. It'll probably be covered up by whatever we put in it, but once it's empty, you'll see it. There we go. And try to get the glue off your fingers if you're working with foil, otherwise it may kind of blemish the foil. We don't want that. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we take this thing and flip her over, find the other star, okay, and we're simply going to begin just gluing this into place, okay, and as we move along each little section of the star, we'll kind of have to nudge things a little bit and just work on forming it. And I think what we'll do is we're going to anchor this first. So put your glue on just one of the tabs. Let's just kind of get it anchored first. Oops. And just make sure that you get it aligned as accurately as you can. Right up to that very edge. There we go. That looks good. And that's sitting nice. You can flip it over and push from the inside. There we go. Okay. Now I guess it doesn't really matter which way you go. I'm going to go this way here. So I'm going to put glue on this next tab. And pretty much go easy on the glue here. We don't need to worry too much about getting it out to the edge. And you should be able to kind of tuck that, especially in these red sections where the piece overlaps slightly, goes beyond this white section. You can kind of feel, you can kind of push it up against the inside of this glitter piece here. And that will help you ensure that you've got it in the right spot. Okay, so now this thing is pretty flexible right now, so we can still kind of jostle it around. We'll grab our glue and put it on the next tab, just like that. And just tuck that under, line it up. Make sure you get it lined up as accurately as you can. Just like that. And just press and hold that in place until it sets. And moving on to the next tab. And my glue has got a mind of its own today. That's happened before. Okay, so tuck that under. And get that lined up. There we go. And if we need to, we can flip it over now and press down from inside. There we go. And again, it's still kind of flexible, but you may need to flip her around now and actually apply the glue from the inside. You can see the tab here, right there, that I'm going to apply the glue to. And that's fine. No big deal. And I'm kind of applying the glue with the nozzle right up against the paper so that it comes out nice and thin. I don't have to use my finger that way. And we'll pop that up. Get that aligned as accurately as we can. It is paper, so, and we are human. There's always going to be a little bit of a margin of error when we're doing things like this, but for the most part, as long as it's close, we're in good shape. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to peel back the next tab. You can see it there. I've got my finger on it. And we'll get our glue on the next tab. Just like that. And pop that into place. Get it nice and aligned. Kind of push it up and butt it up against the inside part of that glitter paper. Once you've got it, you can flip it over and press down from the inside. There we go. That's looking good. Okay. So we've got 4 more tabs here and almost done. Putting glue on the next tab here. Hopefully you can see it. And just get that nice and aligned. So, you know, I didn't smooth it out like I usually do with my finger, and I can tell it's moving around a lot more. It doesn't grab as fast when you have a ton of glue. So, as I mentioned over and over and over again, less is more with the glue. But that worked out just fine. Okay, and 3 more tabs here. So you get the idea. If you want, you can absolutely move on or pause me and finish up and catch up on your news or listen to some music, and then just fast forward to the part where I bring out the gold foil pieces, because that is going to be, well, actually, we're going to put the liner in next, so look for that if you're kind of scrubbing through. Okay, so just getting that nice and aligned. I'll flip that over, press down, just like that. And these two here, now they're kind of automatically assume their position. They don't really have anywhere else to go because everything else is pretty much in place. I'll still show you the underside here. And that actually came out perfect. Here we go. Okay. And that just leaves 1 more tab here, this guy. Sorry, buddy. Save the best for last. How about that? You're the best tab. Okay, and just kind of pop that up. And there we go. Perfect. There it is. Okay, nice bowl. All right, so now this piece here, this is a little liner that we're just going to pop in the middle to hide those tabs. So let's just throw a little bit of glue around the perimeter. And maybe just a little bit on the inside. And just pop that in there. It's a symmetrical piece, so it shouldn't matter which way you put it in. Just kind of run your fingers along the perimeter here. Make sure that all of that is sitting nice and flush. And that'll make it a little more sturdy as well. Okay, and then finally, we have the little gold pieces that we're going to put on the inside, and those are actually going to cover up the tabs in there too. So this is going to look very polished once it's all done. It's going to go kind of like that. Okay, we want to get that nice and centered on the inside. Okay, so I'm just going to put glue on the whole thing here on both sides. Okay, and again, most of this is going to be covered with some sort of food, probably popcorn or whatever you decide to put in there. So again, you'll still see it, but it may not be as, and then just kind of pop it in there. Make sure you've got a nice even border at the top and the bottom, and just press that into place. You might have to kind of push it a little bit to get it into the little corners there towards the bottom, but just press that into place. I'm just kind of making sure that I'm working the perimeter here. That's probably the most important part. There you go. Okay, so that really makes it look nice. And just going to repeat this process a few more times until you have all 5 sides in place, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to add some gold pearls to various parts of the exterior of this, just to kind of jazz it up a little bit, and call it a day. I got to go pop some popcorn so I can pop it in here for my photo shoot. But that's really it. It's ready for whatever you want to put inside of it. So again, just finish up by putting the rest of these in place. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to do that while I do my little outro, because you don't need to see me do this 3 more times. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd love to see your version of this. You can certainly use some pattern papers. There's tons of, patriotic papers out there that you can incorporate into this, absolutely, whether it be on the inside or the outside. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what you guys do as far as, your table settings. If I don't know if you guys decorate your dining rooms with patriotic stuff. I do. I'll have to show you what mine looks like. Maybe I'll incorporate some of these elements. Well, I probably will, actually. I don't see why not. But I'd love to see what you guys have done with this bundle, whether it be this piece or anything in the bundle. So if you want to share that, head on over to your Facebook and do a search for Dreaming Tree Group, or you can use this little link down here at the bottom where you can just type that directly into your web browser. It'll take you directly to the page. And hopefully, if you enjoyed watching this video, you'd consider subscribing to our channel so that anytime we release a new product, whether it be free or paid, or even one of our super helpful tutorials where we teach you how to use various softwares or machine features, things of that nature, you'll get notifications anytime we release something new. And plus, my kids, my girlfriend's kids, think that I'm a YouTuber, and they get excited to see my subscriber count go up. So do it for the kids. I'm kidding. It's mostly for me, but I am pretty hip in their circle, especially, with kids and how much they consume certain people on YouTube. It's, at least we're doing some cool stuff here with paper crafts. So you know, never know, one day we may strike a chord with some of the younger generations. As I've seen many of you, a lot of you are exposing your kids, grandkids to Dreaming Tree, and I appreciate that a lot. It's definitely a good way to help them find some balance away from technology by kind of getting their hands dirty. So anyway, there it is. Inside is beautiful. It's probably going to look like there's way more popcorn in there because it's reflective, and you can see the exterior. Looks really cool. Very simple. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the project, and I look forward to crafting with you again.